There are three things certain in life: taxes, death, and goalkeepers making mistakes. In today's video, I'll break down the 5 most common goalkeeper mistakes and show you how to fix them. By making these simple changes to your goalkeeping strategy, you'll not only concede fewer goals, but ultimately become a better goalkeeper. And make sure to stick with me to the end, because I have a special surprise giveaway you definitely don't want to miss. Goalkeepers should never concede at their near post. Sounds familiar, right? If covering only the near post was the whole job, I'd super glue myself to it and call it a day. This myth often comes from pundits and football commentators who might not always have the insider perspective of a goalkeeper. Because our job as goalkeepers is not only to cover the near post, but the entire goal. And to do that effectively, we need to find our optimal position. The key is to always line yourself up straight from the center of the goal to the ball. By doing this, you cover more of the goal and leave less room for the ball to sneak past you. And one pro tip I got from my old goalkeeping coach is to place a cone just behind the goal line in the middle of the goal, and use it for your goalkeeper training and also for your practice games. This cone isn't just a marker, it helps you remember to stand in the right spot and see the center of the goal, so you can line up perfectly with the ball. And by practicing with this setup, you'll gradually get better and better at positioning yourself as a goalkeeper. And another common slip up I see is goalkeepers being too far off their line when the strikers are gearing up to shoot from a distance. Yes, you always want to narrow the angle, especially in those 1v1 battles when the striker is close, but overdoing it when the angle is already narrow doesn't just rob you of crucial reaction time, but it also opens up opportunities for strikers to try cheeky chips and even bend shots into the far corner. So when the striker is relatively far away from your goal, and the angle is already narrow, you should always aim to align yourself to your post or one very small step in front of it to avoid diving into the post. But of course, if the striker continues dribbling towards the goal, stay alert, watch closely for that crucial moment when the striker looks down or takes a heavy touch, because this is your signal to spring into action, closing down the space quickly and treating it like a 1v1 situation. Remember, good positioning can make a save look easy, while poor positioning can make it look like you just made a mistake. So always keep a sharp eye on where you are, where you stand, and work on improving your positioning every practice to become a better goalkeeper. Now that we nailed down our positioning, let's tackle another crucial piece of the puzzle, which is not being set at the right moment. And if you're anything like me, you've tried to rush out to make a save and found yourself still moving when the ball is flying past you. And if you're wondering what being set really means, it's simply being ready on your toes with your knees slightly bent and shoulder width apart. Your hands should be in front of you while you lean forward just a touch to keep your body weight forward. In other words, being set simply means you're ready to spring into action no matter where the ball goes. And if you're caught moving, you're not truly ready for that shot. So when the ball moves around the field, whether it's from a dribble or a pass, you have to move too. But the moment the striker controls the ball and looks ready to shoot, that's your cue to stop, get set, and prepare to make that save, even if you find yourself slightly out of position. While your positioning in the goal is absolutely crucial, being set and ready to dive in either direction should always come first. Ideally, you always want to be set in the perfect position, but being a goalkeeper for almost 20 years, I know this is darn near impossible, so always prioritize being set over your exact position in the goal. And to practice this stop and go movement, you can set up some cones along your goal to simulate moving across your line. This drill helps you practice stopping and getting set at key spots. And if you have a partner, you can let them dribble within your area while you follow their movement and set quickly each time they prepare to shoot. But if you're training alone, you can do the exact same drill. Just make sure you stop in your set position at each cone. Alright, with our positioning locked down and our readiness sharp, let's slide into mistake number 3, taking 2 big steps. Being quick as a goalkeeper isn't just about moving fast, it's also about how you move. And when you're shuffling around your goal, taking big, clumsy steps will not only slow you down, but also make it very difficult to generate any power behind your dives. So try taking small, quick steps. This helps you stay balanced and ready to move fast, whether you need to dive, change direction, or react to an unexpected situation. But how can you practice improving your step size? Well, here's a technique I used to use in my younger days. Try to put a resistance band around your ankles. This not only helps maintain the correct distance between your feet, but also adds a bit of resistance, making your muscles work harder. And this extra effort helps build the strength and agility you need for those quick, explosive movements we need as goalkeepers. Remember, in goalkeeping, precise, controlled movements often outweighs faster, uncontrolled ones. Because smaller steps allow you to adjust quickly and efficiently, giving you the best shot at making those saves. So the next time you're training, focus on your footwork, make it quick, make it precise, and notice how much more responsive you become as a goalkeeper. Now with our footwork sorted, let's move forward and tackle the next mistake, which is diving too early. Diving too early is like showing your cards in a game before you have to. If you dive or even just lean to one side before the attacker has actually decided where to shoot, you're just making their job a whole lot easier. Because once you're in the air, you can't really change directions, and if the strikers see this, they can simply aim at the part of the goal you left uncovered, especially if the angle is narrow and you're already covering a big part of the goal. Of course, there will be situations where you need to dive early. For example, when one side is gaping and the striker only really has one realistic target. But if you're always guessing and practically making every situation into a penalty kick, you'll just end up letting too many goals in. Instead, use your footwork to get set in the perfect position, wait and react for the ball. This will put you in charge of the situation, not the striker. Also, add reaction training drills to hone your reflexes, because fast reflexes allow you to hold your position longer, because you're confident you can react in time once the ball is struck. Understanding and reading the game and see what the striker plans to do is important, but it should never be your first priority. So don't be that goalkeeper who constantly commits too early by guessing, leaning to one side, or simply diving too soon. You'll just end up letting too many easy goals past you. So clear your mind, breathe, relax, trust your position, and do your very best to save the shot. And speaking of committing too early, let's dive into our next mistake, overcommitting to challenges. Have you ever rushed out to meet a striker only to have them effortlessly sidestep you and slot the ball into an empty net? Well, that's what happens when you overcommit to challenges. Growing up, I learned that rushing out can make the goal look smaller and even intimidate strikers. And while this can work really well if you manage to get close enough or even reach the ball before the striker does, but when you charge out recklessly when the striker has the ball well under control, you're just adding to their options and giving them too much space to dribble past you or even lob the ball over you. Mistakes in overcommitting often comes from misreading the game's pace or often miscommunicating with your defenders. And this often leads to rushed or poor decisions. In breakaway situations where you can't beat the attacker to the ball, it's often smarter to fall back and hold your position a bit longer so you can see the situation develop. This will give your defenders time to get back and put pressure on the striker. But watch closely. If you see an opening and the striker looks down or takes a heavy touch, that's your moment to close in and make the save. However, most of the time, especially when you have defenders closing down the striker, you should hold your position, trust your defenders to get back to put pressure on the attacker, wait and react for the shot, and optimize your chances of saving the ball. And as I promised in the beginning of this video, I'm giving away a brand new pair of the same gloves that I use for matches. All you have to do to enter the competition is to comment "rec tricks" down in the comment section down below, and also tell me where you're watching from. Also, check out the link in the description. You'll find an innovative self-training program that's specially designed to help you reach your goalkeeping dreams faster than ever before. And if you enjoyed the content, dive into my next video where I teach you the 4 core diving techniques every good goalkeeper should know. This is Christian signing off from Ground Glory, and I'll see you in this video.